CLNV continuing on our implied path. It looks like it may be facing a little bit of a pullback, but that's natural for price action. Let's go ahead and validate exactly why. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again on this fine Tuesday. This is ARCa coming at you with a CLNV technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them can consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, actually, before I get started, I want to make sure to remind myself to say this before any video, okay, as I know that you guys are probably not watching all the way to the end, which is usually where I iterate this, but I need you guys not to fall for the scams that are presently in the comments section of these YouTube videos, okay? There's a lot of ARCa imposters saying to WhatsApp me and that, guys, I don't have a WhatsApp. I will certainly not give you my contact information in any comment ever. I will not initiate a conversation with you, nor will I ask for your wallet information or any type of deposit. Okay, you guys, that is not me. Those are scammers trying to take your money. All right, so just know that I am never active on WhatsApp because I do not have a WhatsApp profile, okay? I am only available through my email, which is located in the About section of my page here in YouTube. All right, Discord, YouTube, and Twitter, which you can find the links in the description below. That is the only place where I am available, okay? You guys don't fall for those scams. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts now. We're going to go ahead and start off with the long-term analysis here, and it's going to be on the 3-day chart because this is specifically where we ran a statistical back test, and that back test actually consisted of a combination of volatility versus momentum, okay? So that back test was actually, the criteria for that was any time that volatility has reached the critical volatility zone, which could be within the 90 percentile, and started a contraction phase towards the downside. I'm talking about volatility downside. Remember that it is direction neutral, okay? And paired with momentum, making that upside move. Okay, so anytime that we have done this, I've taken note of those iterations, okay? So for example, in this iteration, I have taken the note of the duration, the upside thrust, and the amount of times that volatility versus momentum have guessed the upside correctly versus incorrectly with these vertical lines, okay? So that has given us some metrics to look at, okay? So out of a total 10 iterations throughout the entire trading history of the CLNV asset on the 3-day chart, I've actually taken note of all of those iterations by hand, and we can see that 7 out of those 10 iterations were correctly guessed to the upside, giving us an averaged upside accuracy of 70% with an averaged upside thrust of 4,347.104% over the span of about 84 days. This is proof of work. Okay, so the reason why I'm mentioning this is because the criteria and the conditions of volatility versus momentum are presently active and still are suggesting the upside continuation pretty aggressively. Okay, so this is looking very good for the CLNV asset. Let's go ahead and now move on to the next chart and take a look at why we could be facing some of the resistance that we're facing currently. Okay, so as you can see, per this pennant that I have been actually talking to you guys for quite some time, this pennant here is now actually trying to get broken out of with this recent candle from today. Okay, I know that we're on the bi-daily chart here, but I'm just saying that the price action from today has kind of attempted in breaking out of this. Okay, so that's why we're facing a little bit of resistance right now. Know for a fact that we actually have broken an inflection point, and that is definitely because of the 1.272 and the 2.618 range. Okay, so now that we have broken above that 2.618 and have used the trend line right above us as a form of resistance, we definitely have to come back and test that newly converted resistance of the 2.618 as a support. Okay, so as soon as we do validate that support, the upside is absolutely in the cards. Okay, so I am more biased towards the bulls in this case. The bears are actually losing a little bit of strength, but this is likely an area of take profit for a lot of short-term traders traders, day traders, momentum style, scalp style traders. Okay, this is very much what happens in the trade. Usual market wave and market cycles. Okay, so not a problem here at all. I don't see a threat. We are, based on the price action here, I can just tell you that right off the bat, we're going to validate though. Right off the bat, I can actually see a retracement back to about 70 cents or near 71 cents before a continuation to the upside. Okay, everything is looking healthy nonetheless. All right, so this is another, this is the broadening ascending wedge that we've been actually talking about for quite some time. We did get a bit of bullish action, and we did say that we could potentially face a massive upside move by the 17th, being Tuesday, based on the time fractals that we're looking at over here. But short-term time fractals sometimes don't work out. Okay, so we're looking at the first iteration of the from the genesis of the formation to the first wave. We're looking at a 23-day fractal here, which is, let me just go ahead and adjust it a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at about a 23-day fractal here. We have a 26-day fractal from wave 1 to wave 2. We have yet again another. I don't know what's going on here. Why is it like there? There we go. It's gotta be to there. And now we have another 23-day fractal from wave 2 to the potential wave 3. I know that we didn't reach that top area, but still, it's a wave, right? If we were to consider from the top of the candle here, the ending of the 23-day fractal all the way to this area here, you can actually see that that's a rare, or maybe a 14-day, 15-day fractal. But if we were to imply, the reason why we were saying that the potential of reaching that upside on the 26-day fractal, but it's hard to do that because there was a long weekend on the way, so it would be 27 days. It actually landed today. Okay, so we're looking at 23, 26, 23, and then, weird weekend, which may have thrown it off. Who knows? Who knows the reasons why? It's just moving along the way it's going to move. Price action is as random as it's always been. Wow, can't speak English today. All right, so yeah, so we actually didn't get that move that we were looking for. Not a problem at all, you guys. It's just this just goes to show that sometimes fractal patterns or fractal theory doesn't always play out the way we want it to play out. Okay, nonetheless, the price action is still looking very good. We are using that 10-day simple moving average as a very valid area of support. As you can see, we tested it today and have rejected since. Let's go ahead and now move on to the next chart and see what we have. This is that ridiculous cup and handle that we've been talking about for quite some time now. It does have a topside target of about 33 cents, and we've been looking at it for some time. Please know that the cup and handles have a very, very small strike rate. Okay, so these don't actually play out all the time. I'm just noting it here because it looks like the formation is potentially happening. Okay, so definitely know that the possibilities of this may not actually occur, but according to the statistical metrics, that upside should actually just be a small area of what you can call a resistance. Okay, considering that massive upside, please remember that they're just statistical metrics. They are not certainties. Okay, this is just for us to evaluate the potentials of the trade. Since that 4,347% move to the upside would essentially put us at about $1.67, a massive, huge hit to the upside. Definitely know that their statistics, they don't always play out the way they should, but definitely know also that it does have a pretty compelling hit rate of about 70%. The problem here is that the iteration count is only 10. Okay, so we definitely want to see this at minimum 70, even 50 is good. But 70, 80, 90, 100 iterations would actually be better for us to bet the bigger money. But still, it is compelling enough for us to consider the probabilities. Okay, so yeah, so in that case, the 3.618 located at 33 cents would essentially just be a very short-term retracement area before a continuation to the upside, if it is that the statistical move does play up to the upside the way we are expecting it to. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the last part of the analysis, as it will be the RSI. Okay, so in this case, you can see that the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is still suggesting some upside here, but it looks like we are facing some rejection, not only from the gravitational zone from the bull strength percentile, but also from the 14-day moving average, which is represented by this pink line. All right, so the the buy hourly is actually showing us that there could be a short-term retracement, very limited since we have that 14-day moving average below us, and I'm talking about the RSI signal purple line. Okay, so if the RSI signal actually dips right down into here, we have not only the support from the gravitational zone of the deep areas of the bull weakness percentile, but also from the 14-day moving average, suggesting a continuation to the way up, similar to what happened in this iteration here on January 12th. We used it as a support, and then we continued on to the upside. Okay, so now the 6-hour iteration is suggesting a continuation to the way down as well. Okay, so both of these look like they're going to be short-lived downsides. That's just what it's literally in accordance of what I said for us to come back and potentially test that 2.618 at about 70 cents before a continuation to the upside. Definitely know that we absolutely have the 2.272 at 63 at 638. Okay, so that's also another potential. Okay, so I'm talking about cents here. Okay, 0638 and 0750. I know that I'm saying it in a different format, but it's just because they're too large of decimal points for me to just ignore, right? I'm sorry, for me to just have to say out loud all the time. We're trying to get these things out of the way as fast as we can, right? So now the daily time frame is actually where that validation towards the upside is still current. Okay, we can see that the RSI signal has now crossed freshly into the bull strength percentile, which is the upper half of the top half of the RSI, and it's still suggesting a continuation to the upside. Let's look at the buy daily. Buy daily is still suggesting an upside and has now freshly crossed above the 14-day moving average and entered the bull strength percentile. Very good stuff. Okay, now the 3-day chart is also suggesting some upside. It looks to be a little limited, but please remember the positioning of your RSI signal. In this case, we are definitely in the grips of the bull strength percentile and suggesting a continuation to the upside nonetheless. Okay, so the 5-day is also showing aggressive upside, definitely sitting very well in the bull strength percentile grips. Okay, and even into the weekly, it looks like that is still suggesting an upside. Okay, so yeah, what I'm definitely seeing is that we can face a short-term pullback to that 0707 zone. To the lowest target of about 0639 before that continuation to the upside, and the upside I still see per the indicators as a continuation to the upside for days. Okay, so this is still very bullish and very bullish in the medium term time frame as well. Okay, so CLNV is absolutely a good play and still moving as such. All right, so guys, definitely know that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets, okay? I need you to do your own DD, and everything will be just fine, okay, you guys? But refer to the links in the description below if you would like to trade alongside me when we look at these charts at the end of the day. The TradingView link, my affiliate link, will be included in the description below, and that actually would help my trading future out greatly. Okay, you guys? So with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.